Alright guys, in today's video we're going to be looking at the text tool within FlexiPRINT. But before that, let's have a quick intro first. So today's video can be found on softwaretraining.co.za, where we make short and easy to watch problem solving videos. But otherwise we head into the program here. So now in the previous video we looked at creating text with our simple text tool. So now I'm just going to scale this down a bit, move it out the side. So now we're going to be looking at using the actual arc tool. So in order to locate the arc tool, we're going to go to our text tool, hold our left mouse button on this little arrow pop up, and then select the middle one that's on that little arc. Select that. Now this works pretty similar to a normal text tool. So I'm going to put in some text quick and then explain some of these features. So first of all, we're going to go put am.co.za. I know it's a little bit confusing at the moment because of the font size. And then I'm just going to grab this, achievement matters, go back to this one, go to second line and paste this. At the moment, it doesn't make sense, but I'm going to select this. Then we go to our actual text options. So like the normal text, this is going to be, okay, way too big. Let's try about 5. So this is going to be the same setting as we just covered. So we can, like all of these, we don't have to cover again, but some of them we'll run through because they do different options with the curve tool. Now on the curve tool, there's a few different settings we want to look at. So things are not so confusing. We want to set the size of the arc. At the moment, set to 5 centimeters. So I'm just going to increase this. Obviously, depending on your actual design, you might want to increase this quite a bit. Let's go about there. Then I'm just going to move this to the side so it's easier to see with that logo not in the way. Then I'm going to go back to the text tool. Like also these settings, most of it you can set just in your normal selection tool. Make sure your text is selected. Then when we go to the arc tool, we can set these settings. But for some of them, you will want to go make sure you're in your selection tool because that will make it more convenient. Now before you head into these settings, I'm just going to quickly scale up the text a bit so it makes more sense. Go achievement matters about that size, and then I'm going to switch to our text tool, select the top text and scale this up individually. So if this was like a logo design as well, you kind of want to have your primary one more standout and then your slogan or whatever slightly smaller. So there we go, we've got our am.co.za. Just one little thing, maybe I'm a bit too picky. I'm just going to bring these letters slightly closer to each other with our actual tracking. So let's grab this text, move it closer so it sits a little bit more snugly. And now you can obviously adjust the size of your scale of your ring and so forth. But let's just kind of leave this around there. So now what we have on our next option, so other than the actual arc size, we've got the degrees amount. So this will be a kind of like an offset. Imagine you're offsetting the design. You can make it quite funky or so forth. I'm just going to leave this at 100. Now this will obviously look different if we don't have 2 lines, but some of these settings need 2 lines, so that's why I'm putting both these. So we can kind of have a nice idea of how things are going to look. Sorry, I forgot it's not on 100, it's on 90. Now under the settings we have a few to look at. So we've got this top and bottom. So this will be the default way it's set up. So the one line is on top, the one is at the bottom, as you can see. Now if we go to the next one to that, it's a multiple line spacing. So now what's going to happen is it's going to throw every line under that line. So if this arc's very big, you can have a lot of curved text under each other. In this case, it will wrap the bottom one because the text is so long in a circle. I'm going to put it back to the first one. And then we've got our next one, which is first line on top or first line at the bottom. So now if I had to click first line at the bottom, let me zoom here so you guys can actually see the icons. So they're a bit small. If I click this, you'll see now am.co.za jumps to the bottom and achievement matters to the top. So you can do a nice reverse of that. Then under that, we've got first line above, first line on, and then first line below. So what that will do, currently our first line, as you can see here, is on the actual arc. And if we had to change that, now it's nicely centered, and then now it's at the bottom. Now there is cases where you might want to adjust this even further than the defaults. Then what you can do is we're going to go to our text tab, and then what we want to do is we want to do our vertical offset. So if I zoom here, you can see we've got a vertical offset. So now if I increase this, it will take it out more. If I decrease it, it will bring it in. So this is a nice way to fine tune exactly where you want it without having to work on the standard template. But yeah, otherwise that is it on the actual curve text tool. It'll take some getting used to, but it is very handy when you have to make these type of designs, circular designs. Then yeah, it's very hard to do this effect without something like an arc tool or arc text tool. Yeah, in the meanwhile though, if we head here to softwaretraining.co.za, you guys will notice we've got a variety of different softwares we do cover, and you can also isolate your search on the top right. If you do not, however, find the training videos you're looking for, just simply go here, request a training video, fill in the mini form, and then we'll do our best to try and make that for you. But otherwise, thanks guys for watching, and cheers.